This guy is fenced in. That guy was actually fenced in. Shalom, it's Unlimited God. Back with another video. You saw the thumbnail, you saw the title. We're continuing the homelessness crisis in California series. More specifically today, we're outside of the flower market in downtown Los Angeles. All right, before we get into this video, subscribe to the channel, like this video, and then go in the comment section and type in the word E-Team. The first person I see type in the word E-Team in the comment section, I will pin your comment to the top for everybody to see as a thank you for your support of the channel. E-Team, we're out here, we're in the streets, man, of downtown Los Angeles, pretty close to Skid Row. I'm excited about it. I know my sister, Nola Miche, was just down here, and she was informing me that they had built a contraption to basically stop the homeless from being on a sidewalk. And so I don't know if I'll be able to see that today. Hopefully I will. Hopefully I will be able to. Now you guys will see we have a couple of tents right here on the side, and then we have this dude walking right here. Another small tent set up right there. There's a lot more tents to my left. Now we got a dude who's actually in a wheelchair being pushed by somebody else. And you guys see a good amount of tents right there in the side area. These streets I like to go down nice and slow. There is a couple of cars behind me, but we're coming up on another encampment right here. They kind of took over the street, so people. Somebody has to put money in that meter right there. You tell me if you think it's morally justifiable for that tent to be that close to where somebody has to be. I have to put money in these meters, and it's just surrounded by tents and things like that. Nah, we're not gonna run this light. We don't need to get a ticket. I've seen enough officers today. Now, we actually might. We'll continue straight. Now, with this being said, there is quite a lot of people down here today. If you look right across the street, there's a couple of tents right there. This is kind of crossing into Skid Row. The Flower District is pretty close to Skid Row, guys. So that's why I say, man, we'll do another tour of Skid Row and a tour of the Flower District this time around. But I'll have the camera on the opposite side of the car. That way you guys can see different angles. Now we're crossing, so we got an officer to my left in the Ford Explorer. Now you guys see it's a whole bunch of tents out here, and then we have another officer across the street. Maybe this might be like a police station. Now as we're driving through, I'll do my best to narrate. There is homeless kind of on all these streets, but on streets where the businesses kind of require the public sidewalk, there's a lot less. I'm seeing a couple of encampments to my left here. The right is not as full with them. I was looking at a country called Jordan, and in the country of Jordan, people litter purposely because they say that it creates jobs. And I thought that was an interesting concept, but it kind of is true. So with the homeless being out here, there are people who, again, this guy that's in the middle of the street, he's not a homeless person, but people are just eager to cross. You know, there are people who are, I believe, hired by the city to help clean up this whole area. And again, I mean, you can look at it as enabling, or you can look at it as, you know, useful, because okay, all the trash they produce is now producing jobs for people. Now there's a lot of trash right here, kind of at the entrance of this parking structure. Then there's a tent right there as well. Now, yeah, I'm starting to think that this building to my right here is a police station, based off of how many officers I'm seeing coming out of there. Oh, it is. So the Skid Row is right next to a police station. I had no idea this building was a police station. interesting, right? Therefore, that means homeless people are just camped out right in front of the police station. How crazy is that? Now this guy is like, it's fenced in. That guy was actually fenced in. So these people are putting fences up around their tents, which is pretty interesting. A lot of wheelchairs out here as well. We got a tweaker in the middle of the street. It's getting crazy. More tents right here, pretty much taking up the whole side of the street. And you guys see, I mean, there's a lot of cars here, and these cars, I mean, are filled with, like, you know, there's people who are working 9 to 5s or who are out here to hustle, you know, get something for their business or something of the sort. And therefore in LA, when you come to LA, it's just important to realize, especially if you want to move out here, you have to realize that you will live amongst the homeless. Now, there's certain dangers that come along with that you're going to have to embrace if LA is a place that you want to live in. And a lot of people say, like, oh man, I was thinking about traveling to LA, but after seeing this, I kind of have my second thoughts, or I'm, you know, probably not going to travel here. I just want to show you guys the real, because there's a lot of YouTubers who are out here in LA, but they'll live a glamorous life. They'll drive Lamborghinis, and they'll drive, you know, all kind of dope cars, and live in dope spots. But they'll show you that, but they won't necessarily show you the grime of it as well. And therefore, that's what I want to do, is also show you, okay, yes, LA is a very, very rich place, but it also is also very impoverished in certain areas. To my right, there's a lot of there are cars blocking it, but there's still a nice amount of tents. Like, look at this, like, mega tent right there. It's pretty huge in person. It got to be at least 8 feet tall. And when people complain under my videos that, like, I'm complaining about paying 10 cents for a bag, it's because that's all they can mention is, like, oh, you be complaining about 10 cents for a bag. But they don't mention the fact that I'm paying $450 for parking tickets and all kind of different stuff like that, just to live and to see stuff like this. I don't believe that can be justified. For me to be paying all these different taxes to live in an environment such as this, I don't believe that anyone in their right mind can honestly justify that. That's why I'm gonna do my best to stay out of this direction here, if at all possible. That dude was there screaming something to somebody. This right here is like a cart where they would vent stuff out of. Maybe they've acquired it. So there's a homeless person that was, it may have been homeless or not. I don't know. Another tent right here. Alright, now we got more tents coming up here. Now there's a man in a wheelchair who's actually sweeping up this area. 2 men in a wheelchair sweeping and cleaning up this area. And that is something that I can respect and I can admire right there. That's dope. They're keeping the areas clean, you know. And like I said, and these people are in wheelchairs doing the cleaning. So again, there are some people out here with positive mindsets and mind states that may have this be in a temporary situation in life that they will be able to bounce back from. And that is the hope. That's the hope, that they'll be able to bounce back from it, guys. You know, I don't want anybody who doesn't want to be homeless, I don't want them to be homeless. Homeless, you know, in a home, in a house, you know, not on the streets. time we're gonna continue straight. Look on my right side, a couple of tents right here. Some of these cars do look abandoned, like, you know, some people who live in these tents might actually own these cars. We got this person right here in the bike. We'll just continue down this street actually. I'm here at this light. Across the street there is a nice encampment on the sidewalk, pretty much taking up the whole sidewalk right here. And it's interesting that people like are parking their cars right here. It's like we have to just park our cars and, you know, put money in the meters and things like that right by these homeless encampments. Now to my left, you're seeing a lot of tents. You're also seeing a lot of people on bikes. You're seeing this guy right here, tweaker, in the middle of the street, laughing and smiling while he smokes a cigarette. You got crime caution tape on these trees. See, we got another tent, a lot of tents on this side of the street right here. This is a tweaker right here in the middle of the street, holding those things. Man, zombied out. Now we got massive tents right here. Massive tents with a barbecue grill outside. Again, I gotta look straight, but I also gotta look to the left. So look, this is like it's a laundromat, it says. Maybe they're going to wash clothes, which is nice. So I had to actually go into the next lane, guys, because of the fact that they're taking over this lane, that they're using this lane as a sidewalk. I literally had to go into the next lane because of that. If you guys look, you guys can see that like they're taking over this whole lane. So they're using it as a sidewalk. So they don't care about the cars, anything like that. And that is kind of the sense of entitlement that I talk about. I'm not sure why this, there we go, that Chevy Camaro was going super slow. I'm going like 11 miles per hour down like the side streets. The side streets I can go pretty slow on.